I'm here in Nashville, and been sharing stories with you for the last couple of weeks. And I'm by myself today, but I'm by myself today for a reason. I'm going to share a couple of stories because they're always good. But as I'm sharing these stories, I'm sure you're going to be thinking to yourself, man, I've got a million of them. I've got so many stories that I could tell. Well, we want your stories. So as this little stream comes across the bottom, you can see if you will email me, Carol, at the Practical Decorator, and put in the subject line, I have a story. And that way we will create volume 2 of If These Walls Could Talk. So it's, I love doing it. I love sharing the stories. And, I am a storyteller. That's what I do. And I use these stories not just because they're sweet or they're cautionary or whatever the reason is. I use these stories if I am trying to sell my client something, or if I'm trying to ease her mind about me being in there. I can say, Helen, this reminds me of a story of another client that I had. And you may be new and you don't have a lot of stories. Well, you can have a lot of stories if you get our book. And you can get it on the Decorating and Staging Academy website. So again, I'm Carol Bass, and we're going to have story time today. And I'm going to share first, this one is a lesson learned. It's a paradigm shift. This is one that I put in the book, but there are lots of others, and we're going to have more of the storytellers joining us, in the next weeks to come. Okay, I was teaching a class of 5 women to become certified home stagers. We traveled to a real home to learn through hands-on experience. Our staging client was thrilled to have some help getting her house ready to sell. When we arrived, the students went inside. I hung back to talk with the homeowner outside. We chatted for a while. I like to get answers to the usual questions. Why are you moving? How quickly do you want to sell? Anything else I should know? Etc. What I learned shook me up. I gave her a hug so she could have the day off, and then I went in the house. What I found when I entered the living room were 5 pretty upset students because of the bad conditions of which they found the house. And it was pretty bad. Clutter everywhere, an overabundance of toys. There were even dirty diapers down between the cushions in the sofa. I kept hearing complaint after complaint about the homeowner not even picking up before we came. Each woman in the class had a loud grumble or complaint about the awful conditions. I said, guys, could you sit down just for a second and let me talk to you? They quieted down. I began to tell them what I had discovered about the homeowner in the driveway. Her mother has stage 4 breast cancer and needs her assistance, because she can no longer navigate the stairs. Her son has a rare form of leukemia and receives an overabundance of stuffed animals and toys every time he's hospitalized. She is stretched thin and doesn't know if she'll manage this move and how she'll manage it. The tears began to well up in my students' eyes. Their hearts began to melt. Nothing had changed. There were still diapers in the sofa and too many toys, but everything had changed. Hearts had softened. When they heard her story, they said, you tell her if she needs us in any way after we leave today, all she has to do is call. We're available to come back after today and help with anything else. What I call this is a paradigm shift. What we touch is so much more than furniture. What we touch are lives. And I love that. So this is just, I mean, and it's just a simple staging, but what a difference just having the right attitude can make. Did that ring a story to you? If it did, then submit it to me, or just at least let me know that you have one with the subject line, I have a story, and I'll pick it up from there. We'll give you a call and we'll talk about it. Okay, here's one more. Fear of making a wrong decision. The wife of a young couple contacted me with her fears of making choices for her home. She'd been married for 8 years and had never really decorated her home because she was frozen with fear of making the wrong decision. I was about to teach one of my certified classes where we take students into real homes. I mean, that's what we do, guys, is when we're certifying a class, they have to go into real homes. And I suggested she allow the class the opportunity to create a makeover in her space. I suggested that we go shopping and pick up some things that she would like to see in the space and let us decide what we're going to do with them. And I suggested that she shop too, in order to ensure that we had things that she loved. We purchased a rug and some artwork, and when we arrived at the home, the room had a sofa, a love seat, and a TV. Nothing else. The class did a great job weaving our magic to create a lovely room. And this is the letter she sent to class. Dear friends, it's a quiet morning as I sit here and write this letter. The kids are still asleep and I'm curled up in my new living room. I absolutely love how the room invited and welcomed me to come and sit and rest this morning. It was so peaceful. During this busy season of life with 2 little ones, we've craved having a space like this in our home. Thank you so much for a gift. Your design in this room has given us so much more than just pretty things. You've given us feelings of warmth, calm, and peace. Bob and I have been married for almost 8 years, and I've painted rooms and changed some ceiling fans. We have set out a vase of flowers or 2, but truly, that was the extent of our decorating. We have lived in many blank rooms. I have been stuck in fear for making the wrong decision. This process has opened me up to a whole new world that I never thought of. You have shown me what it does for my spirit to feel welcome in my own home. Suddenly, even making dinner and folding clothes is exciting to me. I have something that popped up in front of me, guys. Let me just get rid of that. Okay. Even folding clothes has become exciting to me. I adore the placement of the artwork, family photos, and the clock on the wall. It is so pleasing to the eye and interesting at that level. I was afraid the room was going to feel cluttered, left in the hands of someone else, because I feel it's so creative and clean. When I first walk in, I felt warmth from the lighting. Your strategic placement of the lamp gives you the room a glow that is soft and so lovely. Your ability to work with what I had was so fun to see. Who would have thought 3 green apples from my refrigerator would have created such a neat effect on the fireplace? Manual. Brilliant. As an avid watcher of HGTV, I have heard people say, I knew it would be great, but I didn't know it would be this great. 100 times during the big reveal. That was exactly how I felt. It was surreal. So from the deepest very part of my heart, I thank you for your hard work, vision, and creativity. Your ability to transform a room in a house into a sanctuary in a home is a profound gift. From my heart to yours, I thank you. So What do you think my students felt about having that as one of their testimonies for their very first house? So, like I said, and I say it all the time, we touch more than furniture, guys. We touch lives. So I want to hear your stories. I love this stuff. It's what keeps me going. You know, I've been doing this almost 20 years, and I love it as much today as the first day I started. So let me hear from you. Love having you on.